All right, so basically in a nutshell, what Christ did, he was prophesying just like what the rest of the prophets did. Because there was prophecy that still had to fulfill, like the other teacher was saying. So Christ actually said out of his own mouth that there was going to be a falling away of his people first. Read what you got.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 2. And verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right, so first and foremost, you have to not let no one deceive you, get into your mind to tell you something different, other than what the Bible says. Because the Bible is plain. Read.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Christ, you ever heard the story that Christ coming back to redeem his people? That Jesus is about to return and make his return? Right, so before that happens, there has to be a falling away first. What is that falling away that he's talking about? We can get that to you right now.
Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
They were the Jews back in Rome. They fell by the edge of the sword. The Romans, they came, they conquered the land of Judea and all Jerusalem, and they fell. They fell into slavery. They take them over. That was 70 AD. Read.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
And they was held captives, and they were scattered among all nations, like right here in the Bahamas. This is part of that nation. He was brought here on slave ships. You could agree, right?
Bring it out.
Right. So if you look at the sign right here, that's why we have these signs here to show our people the proof. Right? See that? The transatlantic slave trade. They pack us on sardines. They pack us like sardines on these slave ships. And they shipped us all across the world on this sign right here. They shipped us from Africa, and we were scattered all over the globe, even in China, in Europe, we everywhere. Get that? Right. So we were scattered all over the face of this globe. And that's what we're trying to bring our people, because why? They ain't teaching our people this. They ain't teaching our people that that was Bible history. That's Bible prophecy. And that's what Jesus Christ was talking about. That's a prophecy that happened. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So now the brother was making mention. It said the Lord was going to bring his people back into slavery or bondage, because that's what Egypt means. Because when we was in Egypt, we were slaving, you know. He was under Pharaoh. He was working dead hard. He was working us real, real hard. This is the same thing. We have 9-to-5 jobs, right? Right. That's what I'm making mention of right now. But just right here, it's real slavery. It's still happening today, but they just ease up a little bit. But we still have to work. We have to make ends meet. We only have what? Only sufficient money to get by. You with me, right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So just like how the Most High God prophesied that this was about to happen, it happened just like that. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You saw the Pumpkin Museum, right? That's where our people were sold when they was brought here on slave ships. That same spot, Pumpkin Museum downtown, we were sold there on auction blocks. And we were sold to a white man, Master Charles, Master Virginia, and so on and so forth. We were sold right on the museum. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So we were sold for slave man, and we were sold as slave woman. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you. You had Martin Luther King that rose up, and he failed. Buy means to redeem. That's why I made mention of it. You had Marcus Garvey. He led the movement, and he failed. They killed him. You had, who else here? They had Malcolm X. He rose up, and they killed him. Fred Hampton. He rose up, and they killed him as well. You understand? He led even the Black Panthers movement. All these different parties, they rose up to try to take our people away from all the atrocities and try to build us up again. But they failed. But that's what the Bible is talking about. A lot of leaders would have rose up to try to redeem us out of this hard slavery that we was in. But they failed. They failed to actually redeem us. So now what happened? We fell right back into slavery again. It was as if there was no hope. But now you see a man of purple and gold, we're trying to do the same thing now. Because why? The time of the end is here.
Bring it out.
Got something else for me? Oh, read that.
Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So you see Jerusalem right now, right? That is inhabited by Gentiles.
Bring it out.
People will call us Gentiles, right? We will call ourselves Gentiles, but really, we the Jews of this Bible.
That's
So
good.
then who are the people in our land?
Bring it
In
up.
Jerusalem. It just say that Gentiles was going to be there, right? Until the time of the Gentiles would be finished. In other words, when Christ come back and take them away from being there. So who was in our land today? You got a scripture? Read.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So let me ask you. Christ said he knows the blasphemy. The word blasphemy is lies, right? Of the people that say they are Jews. Who are they? What do they call them? What do they call themselves? They call themselves Jewish. So those same Jewish people, them Israelis, right? They in that land today. Christ said what to them?
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Christ called them the synagogue of Satan. Those same people, the same people that put our people in slavery, who did this to us,
Bring it out.
they colonized us. They packed us on sardine ship. They whipped our backs. You see this brother right here? They whipped our backs. They actually put scourges on our skin. They actually sold us at the museums. You understand? This was life history right here. And on these ships, you had people defecating on one another. You had people puking. You had people doing all a bunch of evil. Because, you know, when you go out to sea, you know, you just get sea sickness, motion sickness. A lot of people can't take that. So a lot of us was defecating on one another. You think they cared about that? Some of them, they died because of that. And they actually threw them over in the sea. And what happened? There was a bunch of sharks. They actually came and feed off our people. So, all right, sorry. So they did this to our people. So Christ called them the synagogue of Satan because they did this kind of evil to us, our ancestors. Right? That's it. All right, okay. Read.
Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
They lie because they calling themselves Jews, but they aren't the real Jews. We the real Jews. Read.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
So guess what? We here now, we trying to get our communities back in order. We trying to build our nation back again so that we can rule once again on this planet Earth. Once we rule every other nation, just like how the so-called white man is on top, they're ruling right now, just like how they own businesses, and we have to work for them. Read that piece again.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Christ said he's going to now make them, he's going to flip it now. He's going to make them to worship under our feet. Now they're going to be the ones to work for us. They're going to be the ones who are going to work in 9 to 5s, who are going to be slaving hard because they did it to us first. What is this? This is righteous judgment. We're dealing with a righteous God here.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.